Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I just got to Philly. I commuted in. I was able to take the 11 a.m. flight today. I didn't have to take the 8 o'clock one because my sign-in is not until 5:30, and the 11 o'clock actually had some seats. There was some weather in Greenville, so we were a little delayed coming out, but I still have like 4 hours till my sign-in, so it's fine. This is gonna be the last probably time I'm on standby in Philly ever, unless I transfer back here, but because next month I won't be on reserve, so I won't sit standby. So that's kind of weird to think about. But I'm good for 4 days, so they could literally give me anything, a 1 day, a 2 day, a 3 day, or a 4 day trip. So we'll see if I get used tonight. My standby is only 4 hours, which is nice. Usually they're 6. So I'll be done if I don't get used at like 9:30, which is early enough to where I'll be legal for most of the trips that go out tomorrow. So I'm gonna try to get a 2-day trip tomorrow if they don't use me tonight. And then I won't have to work the very last day of the month because I'll be up too many hours. So that'll be nice too. But we'll see if it all works out that way because a lot of times it doesn't. But I'm gonna go down to the crew room and heat up some tamales for lunch and then just hang out, probably watch some TV while I wait until it's time to sign in for my standby. So my standby literally started now and they just called me. I don't even know where I'm going. Okay guys, so I ended up signing in for my standby like 10 minutes early. And then 5 minutes later they called me. So 5 minutes before my standby even started, they called me. And they're like, hey, Flight Attendant Sims, we have a flight. I'm calling about, he said the Dallas flight. So I was like, okay. And he was like, so we need you to go to A9 to work to Dallas and then Houston. So I was like, okay, what time? And he was like, right now. He was like, we've been holding this flight for you. So I was like, okay. So I looked and that flight had been delayed for 3 hours. So when I got to the gate, all the passengers started clapping. But they were all nice about it, so I guess the gate agent must have said like it was out of my control, like I wasn't just late, that they just didn't have a flight attendant and I decided to show up because everybody's really nice about it. But then we get to Dallas and our flight to Houston ended up canceling. So then we get to Dallas and they haven't given us a hotel yet. So we call and we're like, hey, we need a hotel for tonight, and they're like, oh no, actually you're gonna go to Phoenix. So the Phoenix flight is delayed until 11:30. It is 10:45 right now. And we're not going to get into Phoenix until midnight, which will be 3 a.m. my time. So I'm like already so tired. I'm going to be so tired by the time we land. But tomorrow we just head back to Philly, so that's nice. And we're going to get in a little bit earlier than we would have if we would have stuck with our original trip, but today's just a long day and that was craziness what happened today. But we're about to board, head to Phoenix, and then I'm gonna go to the hotel and get some rest, even though as of right now they still have not booked us a hotel in Phoenix. So hopefully that's all taken care of by the time we land there in the next 2 hours. We just got to the hotel and I don't think I've ever been more ready for bed than I am right now. I am so exhausted, like so tired. And when we get to the hotel, the computer is having some kind of issues and it's taking forever to make keys. So it took us like 30 minutes to sign in. It is 1:02 local time, which means it is 4:02 my time. I don't stay up till 4:02 a.m. So yeah, I am just like so tired. Thank goodness tomorrow we just deadhead because I don't know, this month I've just been like exhausted all the time, like every single trip. I'm just like, I can't, like it's been like mentally, physically, emotionally just like draining this month. And I don't know if it's because I never really caught up on sleep after those first 6 days on reserve this month, or if it's because I just haven't had big groups of days off like I normally do. Like normally I try to get like a week off and then work like 4 or 5 days and then get like another week off later in the month. And this month, the most days off I had was 3. So I don't know if it's just like I never had those days where I just didn't do anything and actually rested, and now my body is just like needs those days. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, reserve has been rough this month. I'm like not even gonna lie. It's been rough. And like, as much as I'm gonna miss Philly, I cannot wait to be in Charlotte and just be able to drive to the airport. That's gonna make such a huge difference. I mean, like even thinking about today, like I had to get up at 8 to get ready, or I guess 8:30 to get ready to go to the airport, and then I sat in the airport all day when I didn't have to be there till 5:30. So like when I'm based in Charlotte, I would have been able to leave at like 3 instead of 10 a.m. So yeah, that's gonna be a game changer. So yeah, it's kind of crazy to think about. This is gonna be my last, I think when I get back tomorrow, I'm gonna bid for a couple turns that will get me back early for the next day, and then if I get one of those, I'll be able to time out for the month, so I won't have to work the 31st, and that'll be nice. I'm gonna go home and rest, so I'm really hoping that all works out, because that extra day off would be really nice. But anyways, guys, I need to go to bed. I'm gonna wash my face really quick. I need to take a shower, but I'm just so lazy right now. I can't do it. I have to go to bed. Hopefully I can get up in the morning and take one before the deadhead. But yeah, good night, guys. I'll see you in the morning. I just got out of the shower. I woke up this morning way earlier than I anticipated I would, because I went to bed. Local time here, it was like 1 a.m. by the time I finally fell asleep. And I woke up at like 7:30. And I could not go back to bed. I like tried to lay down and for a while just to see if I would fall back asleep, and I didn't. So, I mean, I feel well rested, but I honestly thought I was gonna sleep a lot longer. Like the alarm I had set, it still would not have even gone off yet. I thought I was just gonna sleep like for 10 hours for real. And I slept for like 6, I guess, 6.5. I mean, I feel fine, but I mean, it's an easy day today too, just a deadhead, and even if they reassign us to work it, it's just one leg, so that's really not bad. I just made my coffee. I'm going to eat a banana with some Nutella for breakfast, and then I'll do my devotion. I'm still just doing that chronological order of the Bible. So I read a little bit of Genesis. Now we're moving on to Job, because people think that after the first like couple of chapters of Genesis that it moves to go see Job's story and then goes back to Genesis. So that's what they have me doing, which if you haven't ever read the story of Job and his life, like that guy went through so much suffering. Like you read it and you're just like, I am so ungrateful. So it'll be fun to read through that again. And it'll be cool to get somebody else's like perspective on like what's happening with all that. I still have like an hour and a half before I have to go down to catch the van. So after I do my devotion, I'll probably dry my hair. I don't know yet if I'm gonna wear regular clothes or my uniform for the deadhead. I have a lot of liquids, which is the only reason why I would wear my uniform. I don't know. We'll see what I'm feeling after I finish all this, but let me get into that, and then I'll figure out what I'm gonna wear today. I mean, it doesn't make sense for me to put on my uniform, because once I get to base, I'm just gonna change right out of it anyways, and I'd be more comfortable in regular clothes. But if I get randomed, I'll have to throw away all my liquids, which is gonna be like face wash and is it just my face wash? Oh, my toner, my toothpaste, So I don't know, we'll see. So I decided to wear normal clothes for my deadhead today. I just figured even if I get randomed, whatever, it's just a little bit of money that I'll have to spend to get my stuff back. It's fine. It's worth it to be comfortable because this is gonna be a long flight. I think it's like between like 4 and 4.5 hours, I think, depends on like the winds and all that stuff. If there's any weather, we're gonna have to go around. So I am like 55 minutes from timing out this month. So I'm like, if we could just get like a air traffic control ground delay. The passengers would hate that, but I would love it. Like, can we just push back and then something happens and we have to sit on the tarmac forever? Like, I would love that. If I could just somehow magically get 55 hours, I mean, not 55 hours, 55 minutes, that would be perfect, because then I could call out for my last 2 days on reserve. I could go home tonight. It would be so nice. Or I would go home tomorrow morning, actually. I think we get in a little too late for tomorrow night. But that's my dream. I don't think it's gonna happen, but that's my dream. There were a lot of turns yesterday when I was looking at bids, but now there's only one that would get me back in time to go home on the last flight tomorrow. So I don't know, we'll see if it even stays open. Otherwise I'll probably just go on call, and that'll probably screw up everything, because I doubt I'll get you, because I'll get put on a later call because we're getting back late tonight. Or not super late, but late enough where I don't think I'll be able to be on the first 2 wraps. And so probably won't get used, because they can only use me for a turn, because I'm already at enough hours. They can't use me for a 2-day, because that would put me over 90 hours, and they're not allowed to do that. So then I would sit all day tomorrow, and then the last day they could still use me for a turn, so it would just ruin all my plans. So I'm hoping either some more turns open up throughout, like right before bidding closes, or that one stays open and I get it. But we'll see. So yeah, I'm just gonna pack up all my stuff. I've got like 20 minutes, so I have to go down to catch the van. And then we'll head back to Philly, and then I'll just be hanging out in the airport tonight. I may text my friend Chris and see if he's around. Maybe I'll go hang out with him so I don't have to hang out in the airport. I'll see what he's up to. But very easy day today. I'm so thankful, because like I said, I've just been really exhausted this month, and I'm like, need a break. I'm ready to just be off for a couple days. So the fact that we're just deadheading today is really nice. And I just pray that they don't reassign me for something crazy like when we land. I don't think they're allowed to do that, but they've been so desperate lately. Like, I don't even know what's what anymore. But let me go ahead and pack up this stuff so that I don't make myself late by talking to you guys. And I'll see you guys maybe at the airport, or maybe when I get to Philly. I don't know. We'll see if I video anymore in the next few hours. We just landed in Philly. I am headed down to our crew room in the A terminal. I'm probably just gonna go ahead and get ready for bed because they gave me a turn for tomorrow. So we ended up making time on that flight, but it wasn't 55 minutes. So I have to work tomorrow, and then I have to decide if I want to go to a Halloween party with my friends in Philly, or if I just want to go home. I'm kind of tired, so I'm kind of leaning towards going home, but we'll see. So tomorrow I just do a Tampa turn, but the second leg is a deadhead, so I may look at flights and see if it's easier for me to get out of Tampa earlier tomorrow. I think there was a flight that canceled there tomorrow morning though, so it might make it kind of hard to get out. So yeah, I'm gonna go probably eat and then wash my face and get ready for bed. I am exhausted. That flight was so long. So I did not sleep good last night at all. Like, by the time I finally went to sleep, my alarm went off like 2 hours later. Like, I just was in and out of sleep. I couldn't get comfortable. I don't know if it's because I haven't slept on one of those recliners in a while or what. But I'm about to head up to the terminal, go to our gate. I'm just working one leg and then deadheading the next. So right now I'm listed for a flight out of Tampa at 11:45 in the morning, but there's been 2 flights to, I believe, both to Charlotte that have canceled out of Tampa, so everything is pretty full. So I'm gonna stay listed for now, but as we get closer, I'm gonna look and see what it looks like. And if it's just not worth it, then I'll take our deadhead back to Philly and then take the 6 o'clock flight tonight out of Philly. I decided I'm just gonna go home instead of go to that Halloween party. Okay guys, I am obsessed with this from Trader Joe's. It's like a smoothie. It's so good. All right guys, I am sitting outside of the GSP airport, Greenville, Spartanburg. So let me tell you about today. So we landed in Tampa. Did I tell you that's where my turn was to Tampa? So we landed in Tampa and I immediately got off the plane, called crew scheduling, and because I was originally supposed to deadhead from Tampa to Philly, but I called them because if your deadhead is the last leg, you can change it to your commuter city. So I waived mine so I could go to Charlotte and then go Charlotte to Greenville. And Tampa was a cluster today. Oh my gosh. Everything was getting delayed out there. It was crazy. So they finally put me on that flight, but then it didn't sign me in for my flight out of Charlotte. So that was a whole mess trying to get put on the flight to from Charlotte to Greenville. But I made it here. It's 3:30. If I would have done my original deadhead and then just flown home later, then I wouldn't have gotten in till like 8, so 8:30. So I'm glad that I did that because I got in like 5 hours earlier. I can go home, relax, and I timed out for the month, so I'm done. No more reserve for me. No more Philly reserve, actually, because next time I'm on reserve, I'll be in Charlotte. So yeah, it's been a crazy day today, but we made it home, and that's all that matters. Come here. Hey, Zion. Hey, you crack dog. Hey, you crack dog. Hey. Ow, hello. You just peed all over me. Yes. Look, all over my leg. Oh, no. Okay, guys, so that last clip at the airport, I was talking really fast and went through all that craziness really quickly because people were staring at me. I'm still a little uncomfortable filming myself in public when people are around, so I was like, let me just get through this really quick and then stop doing this. So I'll just kind of like explain that a little bit better. So we landed in Tampa, and that airport was complete chaos. There had been a couple of flights that had already been canceled out of there. I know for sure there was 2 that had been canceled that were going to Charlotte. And that is because Charlotte ran out of flight attendants. So they just didn't have anybody to work flights. So that just caused a whole issue across the board. Like, we are that short-staffed, guys. Like, we don't even have enough people to work our flights out of like our bases. So, and the reason for that is because it is the end of the month. We're so short-staffed that they have been overworking us a ton. And in our contract, once we reach a certain amount of hours, we are allowed to time out for the month and we don't have to work anymore. They can't call us. We're basically just released and off for the rest of the month. And so usually the last week is when people start hitting that number, and especially like the last like 2 and 3 days. So I'm assuming like that had something to do with it. People are calling out sick and we're just already short-staffed anyway, so we just didn't have anybody to work flights. So it has been absolutely crazy the last couple of days. So yeah, anyway, so Tampa was a cluster. I'm trying to get hold of crew scheduling. I've been on hold for like 40 minutes after we land because I'm like, I need to be released before I can get on this flight, because otherwise they may try to reassign me, and then if I'm already home, I can get in trouble for getting on a flight without them releasing me. So they finally answer like literally as they're boarding the flight I'm trying to get on, and I'm like, can you please release me? Like, I want to waive my deadhead so that I can go home. And because I had to go through Charlotte, because there wasn't a direct flight out of Tampa to Greenville, they couldn't list me on that flight. I had to non-rev, like I couldn't be a deadheader on that flight. If there would have been a direct flight, then they could have just listed me on that and given me positive space. But because there wasn't, I had to go through Charlotte. So that was crazy. But I got on. I was like, just give me the jump seat. I don't even care. I just want to get to Charlotte. And then, so because I had gotten changed over, it screwed up with my non-rev listing. And then, so when I got to Charlotte, it wasn't even showing up that I was on the list. So then I had to go to the agent, and she didn't really understand what I was saying. And then she was like, oh, you're listed twice. I don't know. It was a whole big thing. So, but I made it here. And thank goodness, I'm exhausted, ready for the much needed time off. I don't have an update with the vaccine mandate. My last video, I think I told you guys I submitted an exemption. Have not heard back from them. I talked to a manager, and they just told me that I might not find out till after the deadline. So it just is going to be a waiting game now. We'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks. As I hear stuff, I will let you guys know. But yeah, that is all that I have for this video. By the time this is out, Halloween will already be over, but I hope you guys had a great Halloween. Right now, I don't really have any plans for Halloween. I may try to go visit some friends in Colombia, which, speaking of, I need to text them and see what they're doing tomorrow. But I don't really have any, like, set plans. I'm not, like, the biggest Halloween person. Like, I'll go dress up and hang out with friends every now and then, but it's not, like, something that I try to do all the time. Like, you know how some people get really into Halloween and have all these different costumes? Like, I don't even really have any costumes. I just kind of make stuff up. But, yeah, anyways, so that is all I have for this video. Next time you guys see me, I will be on my line month. It'll be November. It'll be my last month in Philly, which is sad. But also really exciting because I can't wait to just be a drive away and not a flight away from the airport. But anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!